about this? The Browns cleaned house yesterday, firing Hue Jackson and offensive coordinator Todd Haley. They've lost 3 straight. The offense has struggled. Adding more fuel to the fire, reports say Baker Mayfield, quote, is not going to exactly miss Hue Jackson. Shannon, what does this tell you?
If this report is true that Baker is not going to definitely miss, maybe it rubbed him the wrong way. I get, he walked on at Texas Tech, earned the starting job. He walked on at Oklahoma, earned the starting job. But when you're the first pick in the draft, you're not a walk-on. And maybe he thought he should have been installed as the starter from day one, and maybe it rubbed him the wrong way that Hue, it could be viewed as Hue embarrassed or humiliated him by saying he had earned the backup job. But whatever the case may be, maybe that rubbed Baker Mayfield the wrong way. But it appears to me that Jimmy Haslam and John Dorsey placed the offensive struggle, the blame of this football team at the feet of Hue Jackson and Todd Haley. Both of these guys are supposed to be offensive minds, and they're struggling. It's no coincidence that Greg Williams was named defensive coordinator because they lead the league in takeaways. And the defense, for the most part, Skip, has played very, very well. And so I'm not surprised. I think at some point, you and I, we were trying to debate before the season started, how many games does Hue last? I think I was somewhere around 8, and everything was going to be predicated on them getting off to a good start. Well, clearly that didn't happen, and the owner, Jimmy Haslam, felt that they should have been better than what they were. Skip, now you're going to have a guy that's never called plays in the NFL calling plays for Baker Mayfield. Now, maybe you do keep some continuity because he's still going to hear the same verbiage. It's still going to be the same offense. But I think this is a step back. I mean, it's hard for me to believe that Baker Mayfield is going to get better without having Todd Haley, who's been in his ear from minicamp, OTAs, training camp in the first, 7-8 games of the season. But if this is the move, it's shocking to me that after 1-15, you know what? Hue can turn this thing around. 0-16, Hue's the guy that can turn this thing around. But at 2-5-1, Hue, you stink. I just don't get the time. It's not like if you take away the Chargers game and the Pittsburgh game, if they played tough and they were in every single game, and as you mentioned, LeBron could have won those other 5 they lost. Cleveland really could be 5-2.
Yeah, except for the Chargers. I thought
the Chargers got beat, and maybe the Steelers this last Steelers game. But they did. They got robbed. Let's be honest. The Raiders should have no wins, and Cleveland should have one more win. So maybe if it's 3-4-1, they don't make this decision. Who knows? Who knows if the guy doesn't miss 2 field goals and 2 PATs? Maybe if he kicks the 47-yard, the regulation, we're not having this conversation. We're having the conversation. Hue didn't get it done. It's as simple as that, Skip. You can't be 3 and whatever and then say, man, I got a bum rap because you really didn't.
Yep. So back to your first point. You'll remember at our pre-show meeting that morning after that fateful Hard Knocks episode, I came in just like out of my mind about what I just seen, and we requested from HBO, could we get this clip so that we could play it on Undisputed, and we got it, and we played it. And I sat right here in this seat the next morning, and I said, Baker Mayfield, that's being shown up, and to use your word, I think it humiliated him. He didn't let on, and he played it straight, and he said all the right things, and he went through the charade because it was a made-for-TV charade that Hue Jackson would call in Baker Mayfield and Drew Stanton, the third-string quarterback, and apprise them, inform them with the big announcement, Baker, you've won the backup quarterback. He's the first overall pick in the draft. What are you doing?
I never even heard somebody being named the number 2 quarterback.
I haven't either. And I'm thinking, well, Hue, what are you doing? Again, I'm going to say it one last time. I have defended and supported Hue for years on national TV because he can really call plays. He was a tremendous offensive coordinator, and I hope he lands perfectly with a quarterback who connects with him, and he has success in this league. Right. Because he's had it before in Cincinnati. But in this case, I felt like he got swept up in the egomania that can be detonated by Hard Knocks because he was vying for control and for airtime with both of his coordinators, who both have big personalities, and they were both former head coaches, and all of a sudden that degenerated into Hue Jackson versus Todd Haley, and it carried right over into the regular season. And I liked what Jimmy Haslam did yesterday because we had at the very end of our show that Hue had been fired.
Right.
We didn't know the other cleat hadn't dropped yet because Todd Haley was about to be fired.
Correct.
So Jimmy Haslam said, I'm not going to pick a side in this battle. I'm going to fire both of them. And he said, we will not tolerate discord. Well, I'll buy that. That's nice.
But you tolerated it for at least an extended period of time. Because this just didn't happen this week.
No, it started right there. And I think Hard Knocks did this team in a lot of ways. It did in the coaching staff because it's the HBO crew's looking for big personalities, that Bob Wiley, and they're trying to make stars out of the coordinator.
And Skip, I think it's really unfair because it used to be, because when it first started in 2001, now
you were there.
Yeah, we were the first ones. But we were a veteran ball club, myself and Goose and Ray.
Handle it. It didn't change your life.
No. And we were who we were. Yeah. We weren't trying to put on and do things. This is what we would normally do with no cameras around. But Skip, I think it's unfair for a team that the NFL says, okay, you're going to be in Hard Knocks this year. Come on. I mean, what do you? Especially this team. I mean, and then and plus,
I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
we all watched it.
It gives you an inside glimpse.
Yeah.
To the casual fans of what is like a normal, mundane, routine day in the life of an NFL player, especially one trying to make a team.
Yeah.
So it gives you an inside glimpse of what it's like. Skip. It gives you, and also some back behind what coaches you see coaches meeting and the GM and John Dorsey. What do you think of this guy's this and he's number one on the depth chart?
Did you like the Jarvis Landry tirade?
Yeah,
I liked it. Has he been able to back it up through the regulars? Not so far.
Really?
Skip. Jarvis Landry is what he is. He's a guy that's going to catch a lot of balls. He's gritty, but he's not a big play receiver.
He's not, and he didn't have a great burst.
No.
You know, he's not going to run after catch. Not going to run by people.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well,
so,
interesting.
But I don't think anybody's surprised by this, Skip. I don't think anybody. I'm probably in saying like, what took so long?
Yeah, I know. So do I love it for Baker Mayfield right now? I do not. Do I like it for him going forward into next year? Sure, I do. But the next question is, who?
Yeah.
Could it be our man, Lincoln Riley at the University of Oklahoma, who is the best play caller I've seen in a while in college football? He can really call it, and it's hard for the head coach to call plays. I know Andy Reid does it. I know Doug Peterson does it, but it's a lot of responsibility to do both jobs, to do big picture and little picture of play to play. Lincoln Riley can do it. I think he's a better coordinator maybe than being the overall CEO type, but he's doing a great job at Oklahoma. Is there any? Now, he had a very honest answer yesterday at his media session. He just said, not right now, but he said, I'm always trying to be truthful with you, with the media, where he just said, I'm putting words in, I'm just paraphrasing, but he said, I can't rule it out tomorrow, the next day, because who knows what could happen.
Right.
Well, let's do the hypothetical. If you're Lincoln Riley, do you really want to go to Cleveland next year and rejoin Baker Mayfield? I don't think you do.
I don't think so either. Because at the end of the day, Skip, although it'd be a great luxury to be a head coach, because, some coaches have aspirations. Let me see if I can do that at the highest level.
Yeah.
Now, you get the Tom Osbornes and the Joe Paternos, rest his soul, and some old school, and Bobby Bowden, Coach Bowden, they're perfect intent.
Yeah.
20, 30, 40 years, a few locations, Skip, and they're good at the college level. But then you get a guy like a Jimmy Johnson, and you get some of these other guys like, Coach Saban. Let me see if I can I want to see if I can do it on the grandest stages. But
I don't think Lincoln's finished with college football yet.
I don't either.
But I want to win, Skip.
Yeah.
Is that a situation that I can go to and win? I mean, you got to.
I don't know.
I didn't get the sense. It's funny this happened. We talked to him about it in person on Saturday, and his answer was genuine. It's the same as what he said yesterday to the media, but he said, I'm not done yet. I don't get the sense that he wants to leave Oklahoma right now. He's got 2 young girls. Yeah. He's from a small town. He and his wife, they've got a good thing going, and I truly didn't get any sense that.
Well, I hope he ain't planning on winning a national championship. Because Coach Saban ain't going nowhere. Oh, St. Nick ain't going nowhere. That thing on the Alabama Invitational about to kick off again. So is that what he waiting for? Is he waiting for Coach Saban to leave? Because the Coach Saban said he's going to be there for a minute.
If they did meet in the postseason, it would probably be 100 to 99 would be the score.
I guarantee Coach Saban they ain't getting 100. Not with on TT on tour. Yeah. Oh, he gonna get the high. Oh,
I'm saying Alabama would win 100 to 90.
No, Alabama would win 100 to say like 50. We'll give him 50. We'll give him a 50 piece.
When did you become such a Bama guy?
Yeah, he's jumps. It's a bandwagon.
No. Why would you do that?
Getting a little too much over here, though.
So here's the bottom line for Lincoln Riley.
Okay.
Kyler Murray has another year of eligibility left, but he got, what was it, $4 million to sign with the Oakland?
Five.
Six?
Yeah,
five.
Yeah.
Like $5 million.
A lot.
So is in your wildest dreams, would you give the money back because you decide you want to play pro football? I don't know.
But guess who else has another year of eligibility?
He does.
OTT. Oh, Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You're going to...
Coach Saban got like 8 years left.
He's not planning on going anywhere. What about LeBron, though? Is he already a bit mad at his new teammates? Well, he was a bit mad last night. We're going to discuss with Chris Broussard next. Well, the Patriots were supposed to have no trouble against the Bills last night, but they struggled for most of the game. Tom Brady threw for over 300 yards, but they couldn't get in the end zone until the fourth quarter. That was the first time a Brady team did that since 2012. And the Patriots defense sealed the win with a Devin McCourty pick six in the fourth. New England has now won 5 straight. They're thought after the game.
So they don't give up any big plays. And, so we were just kind of moving it down the field, and we got into the red area, and we just couldn't get the ball in the end zone. And just not enough positive plays down there. And we had, a couple opportunities that we just didn't take advantage of. And I think if we score those touchdowns, we feel a lot better. But, they've been playing good all year. They haven't given up many yards. But, we hung in there, we grinded it out. Like I said, some tough conditions, but found a way to win.
Win's a win. All right, Shannon, are the Patriots the best team in the AFC?
I still believe it's the Kansas City Chiefs because they're so dynamic offensively. They put so much pressure on you. Right now, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. I believe he's the MVP front runner with those 27 touchdowns with only 6 interceptions. They do so much offensively. Tyreek Hill, playmaker. Travis Kelce, playmaker. Now all of a sudden they're getting Sammy Watkins involved. They have a real running game with Kareem Hunt. Not only can he run it, he can catch the ball out of the backfield. And over the last couple of games, Skip, they've gotten better defensively. They're number 2 in the league. I didn't know this. They were number 2 in the league in sacks. Now eventually Justin Houston, nursing a hamstring injury, he'll get back. You notice, Skip, I didn't mention Eric Berry. I don't know if he's going to come back, Skip. He tore that Achilles first game last year, and he has yet to practice this year, I guess, dealing with a heel injury on the same foot, on the same leg as that Achilles that he ruptured last year. So I just think the Chiefs' defense will get better, especially, and they'll be able to generate more pass rush once Justin Houston gets back. But you have to give the Patriots credit, Skip, for the way because they didn't have their best stuff last night. And I think the mark of a really good team is finding when you don't have your best stuff, you're on the road, you still find a way to win. And I don't think Buffalo posed a serious threat because their quarterback play, Skip, that's ridiculous. That is utterly ridiculous. And Derek Anderson doing everything he can to get himself out of the league. And they're like, nah, bro, you need to stay here a little longer. Because Nathan Peterman is the answer, or Allen, who's injured right now. So defensively, I thought they did some things. They had a 3rd and 17, and they let Edelman get a first down. They have a 3rd and 7. They're playing 22-man. And the one thing, when you play that coverage, Skip, you can't get out of your lane. You can't run a stunt because even Tom Brady, as pedestrian as he is, if you cross stunt and he sees the lane, it's 22-man. Everybody has their back to him. He's going to scramble for a first down.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Even though he barely got it because they turned around and saw like, oh, Tom's running. They still like they got it before he got to the first.
I'm sure Davis gave him a break. He sort of pulled up on him.
Well, because you know what's going to happen. You hit that guy right there. So, but Skip, I think all things being equal, because of Sonny Michel, now I believe Sonny Michel is going to come back at some point in time. But normally, you don't see a guy number 84, Cordell Patterson, is playing running back. He got 10 carries.
10 carries.
He got 10 carries, Skip. So, given that, the status of their running game currently, I'm going to give the nod to the Kansas City Chiefs. But I believe the series is going to determine who gets home field. Because that's because I believe if Kansas City has to go to New England, I think they'll struggle. I definitely believe if New England has to go to Kansas City, because that's been their house of horrors also, they'll struggle. But don't sleep on the Chargers.
Don't sleep on them. That was your pick, right?
Yeah,
sleep on Phillip.
I'm not sleeping on my pick because my pick was the New England Patriots.
You pick chalk every year, so no one's surprised. Chalk.
I pick Tom Brady every year because
Chalk.
you should learn, don't bet against that 12. The real number 12 is in Foxborough.
And the real number 12 coming to town, and he ticked off. So you know what happens when he get ticked off, Skip Bayless.
Yeah, he probably lost his team because he threw a teammate under the bus. But that's okay. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
You ought to stop.
So I'm going to remind everybody, because everybody seems to have forgotten that it was just pretty recently. It's just a couple of weeks back. I don't know. I saw this game. I think it was on a Sunday night at Foxborough, and I saw Tom Brady outgun Patrick Mahomes. Is that possible, or did I just dream that? I saw Tom Brady throw for 182 yards in the fourth quarter, while the great Bill Belichick's defense was allowing 31 points in the second half to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. 31 in the second half, but guess who won the game 43-40? The Patriots did. How can that be with that pathetic Belichick defense that they keep running out there? I don't know. It's just because the best quarterback is easily Tom Brady. So I don't love this team. I obviously don't love the running game because, to your point, you just took a big kick returner and said, you be our running back tonight. Really? Really?
6'3", 215 pounds.
Really? Okay.
Wide receiver.
That's what I'm saying. He's a kick returner, right?
That's what he is.
So you just tried that, and you averaged 3 yards a carry on 25 carries. It's not much. It's not great.
They got to have somebody